Good evening, Carolina Gilcapi here. Welcome to Sade Adventures. I'm so excited to share with you all the details of this wonderful trip to Peru that we've been working for your 2027 departure. There are many details, so it's always a good idea to go through it together like this so I can share with you all those little tidbits and knowledge that I have after traveling to Latin America for the last 20 years, after being there more than 50 times. I'm here to answer any questions. I'm here to tweak the trip to make sure the trip really feels like your trip and like no other. So here we go. I've put together some ideas for late April, early May, which happens to be one of my favorite times to visit Peru because it's after the rainy season. Everything is blooming. There is no more real rain like you would see in February. So everything is lush and green, but really wonderful for outdoor exploration. But those crowds of the summer are not there yet. School is not out yet, so there's not school groups yet. A really fun time to visit. Still a popular time. There will be other people visiting, obviously, because it's such a lovely season, but nothing like you would see in July. So April 24th, you're going to take your flight to Lima. It's the main international airport. And every time you arrive from a flight, from a train, from anything like that, my team will be there with a big sign with State Adventures on it, with your names on it, to greet you, assist you with your luggage. So if I don't mention it again on this itinerary, please know that we are always there. We take care of all the logistics. We take care of all the behind the scenes. If their luggage needs to be transported while we're hiking, we take care of that. If there are permits that you need to stand in line for, we do that for you ahead of time, and so on and so on. So those are the little things that are really hard to see in an itinerary, but we take care of it. I've been doing this for more than 20 years. I know we met at the New York Travel Show, and you heard a little bit about what our experience in South America is. So once you arrive in Lima, we will pick you all up. We will discuss how many different transfers we might need for your size of a group, and we will bring you to downtown. We're going to spend 2 nights in Lima. It's a really beautiful metropolitan city on the ocean. It has an old town. It has markets. It has a beautiful ocean front with parks and shopping and some sites. So it's a really nice place to kind of group together, make sure everybody lands, make sure everybody kind of rests after their travels, regardless of where they're coming from. The Suma Hotel is really great. It's on the ocean, beautiful views. It has a rooftop bar, great atmosphere. It's fresh, it's new, great rooms, really good place to unwind. So another thing I wanted to point out as you share this with your friends is under each day I put BLD. That stands for the meals that are already included. So you will see I haven't included all the meals. Why? Because with a group of 24, sometimes it's not something that you want to do. Maybe not everybody wants to go out to eat. Maybe not everybody wants to have every meal included. And if you are somewhere like a city filled with amazing restaurants, maybe people want to split up, maybe people want to have room service, by all means, we will accommodate everyone. But if your group is the type that wants everything included, just let me know and I will take care of it for you. So the next day after you wake up, have breakfast at the hotel, we want to show you the highlights of Lima. And we could do it in many different ways. We can have a traditional tour of museums, old square, things like that. But what we like to do is do our gourmet tour. So we're walking, we're exploring, we're popping into places, all the highlights, but we will do it with food along the way. So we're going to go to the ruins, but we're going to have pisco sours there. And we're going to go to the ocean front and we're going to taste some Peruvian ceviche and so on and so on. So the idea is that you get out, stretch your legs. We always have vehicle with us. So if you want to get in a vehicle and drive for the rest of the day because you're tired, we surely will do that as well. But the whole idea is to get to know Lima like a person from Lima. And then tonight, if you'd like, I can make reservations at one of the top restaurants in the world. They happen to be here in Lima, so we can discuss that obviously closer to departure. After those 2 nights in Lima, we're off to Cusco. It's a 1 hour flight. And once you arrive in Cusco, you're going to be with my Cusco team. The Cusco team will take care of us all throughout Sacred Valley, Machu Picchu, and Cusco. So you're going to be with them for quite a long time. The highlight of the trip is here. So they're going to be with you for the majority of the time. So In Lima, you have our Lima team. Why? Because they know Lima. They're from Lima. They can tell you all about what life in Lima is like. Once you arrive in Cusco, in this part of the region, you're going to have local people from here. This is really, really important to the experience that you're going to have because these are local people. They're very proud. They live there, so they can show you all of their favorite spots. So once you arrive, we're going to be in high altitude for the first time. We want to make sure we acclimate. So we're going to take you right to Sacred Valley, where we will spend 2 nights. This is, again, really nice pace. So we're not changing hotels every night. 2 nights in Lima, 2 nights in Sacred Valley. Sacred Valley is kind of a countryside between Cusco and Machu Picchu. This is where there's Inca markets, Inca ruins, Inca sites, Inca everything. So it's also a hub for adventure. So if you have anyone in your group that is really into adventure, Sacred Valley offers rafting, horseback riding, 4x4s, and things like that that we can incorporate if you would like to. But what we planned here for you is seeing some of those beautiful sites on that first day that are visually stunning, great for photography, but not really strenuous because I want you to start acclimating. I want you to prepare your bodies because we're going to go to Machu Picchu. So beautiful sites like Salineras, Maras Morai, Chinchero, which is a very colorful village. We're going to have a beautiful lunch at Chinchero. And then we're going to end the day with it's like an offering to Pachamama, which is an offering to the earth. It's a local ceremony. It's a really beautiful blessing, but it will prepare you for the spiritual visit to Machu Picchu. It will prepare you for the adventure of hiking the Inca Trail. So it's a really nice blessing for your group. And then we will check into our hotel in the valley. So the hotel we chose is the Aranwa. It's a great property, really spacious and large. They have all kinds of amenities, so everybody can have space to unwind and relax and acclimate. But there's plenty to see and do on the property, and they have lovely restaurants, so you can have dinner on your free time here. So lunch is with us, and then dinner is on your own. And then the following day, we're going to tackle other highlights of Sacred Valley. And like I mentioned, there's so many to do here, but I like to give you kind of one that is on everybody's bucket list, like Ollantaytambo Ruins, and something that is off the beaten path, like Miss Minay Community. It's an indigenous community that we sponsor here at Sade Adventures. So you're going to get to know a little bit of what life in the Andes is like and see guinea pigs in their pantry and running around and kind of get to see what the villages look like deep in the Andes. You can do a little hike there. You can do see out in the farm what they're growing, what they're eating, how they're living, and get to ask all kinds of questions. Our guides are actually translators because the people in the Andes don't even speak Spanish; they speak Quechua. So you will be able to get a glimpse of life here. And of course, Ollantaytambo ruins are magnificent ruins. They are worthy of a visit. We will also have a beautiful lunch out here, which is a Pachamanca. And Pachamanca is when they cook the food underground using steam from hot rocks. And so you will have it inside a restaurant. It's really well done. And then prepare, get a good night's sleep because the next morning we are hiking. So April 28th, we wake up and everyone, hikers and non-hikers, are getting on a train and towards Machu Picchu. So first I'm going to start with the hikers. The Inca Trail is a 4-day hike. But of course, if you only want to do the short Inca Trail, you do that last day. So you get on a train and then the train kind of stops in the middle of nowhere and we hop off. I've done this trail myself. We hop off with our hiking guide and we continue the last bit on foot. That last bit takes 6 to 7 hours. So it's definitely a challenging hike. It's beautiful, it's magnificent, and it is the only way to enter Machu Picchu on foot, which is what all my hikers will do. We have a packed lunch with us. We stop, we have a little picnic, but it's really a gorgeous walk. It's in high altitude, so it does add to the level of intensity, but it is managed by everyone. I have had 80-year-olds do it. I have had 12-year-olds do it. So it's a really great challenge if you're up for it. But those who don't want to hike but want to see Machu Picchu, they simply stay on the train. And when they get to the village of Aguascalientes, another guide will meet them right off the train, will drop the bags up at the hotel, and they will go up to the ruins for a proper tour. And then everyone will reunite at their hotel in Machu Picchu for dinner and discussion of how their days went. So the hotel I chose is Casa del Sol. This is a great hotel right on the river, great location, right smack in the middle of the tiny little village that is Machu Picchu. So great access to the shuttle that goes up to the ruins. Overall, I've been using and staying here for many, many years. So it's great for groups because they have a lot of rooms. The next morning, we will return to Machu Picchu. So you will see as you do research of visiting Peru, a lot of itineraries have only one visit to Machu Picchu. And I really, really suggest you always have two visits planned because Machu Picchu is at the mouth of the Amazon. It's a cloud forest. It rains every day. So sometimes when you get up there, it's overcast. The mountains are covered by clouds and mist. And it's beautiful and the atmosphere is great, but you don't see Machu Picchu Mountain or Huayna Picchu. So it's always nice to do two visits. The second reason is that when you go up in the morning for sunrise, only 500 people are allowed to enter. So compare that to 5,000 from the day before to 500 in the morning makes a huge difference for photography. The colors are beautiful. And for those who are adventurous, we can do some hikes in the morning. So we visit Machu Picchu on our second circuit. Everyone can do that, everyone, hikers and non-hikers. But those who want to hike can hike Huayna Picchu, which is this big mountain here, or Uchuy Picchu, which is just half the size, very easy to manage. So everyone can choose their adventure or just hang out in the ruins and enjoy it with the guide. And then we have lunch in the village before we take our train back to Cusco. So finally, we're going to be in Cusco that night. And we're going to check into Casa Andina Premium. It's a great Peruvian hotel. Again, smack in the middle of Cusco, walking distance to everything. Cusco is a great cobblestone city. It's really meant to be done on foot. So I really wanted you to have a property that you can explore on your own because, again, you can have dinner here in the hotel. You can have dinner in town in the main square. I will, of course, prepare you with not only packing lists and everything you need for Peru, but where to go, where to eat, what to enjoy, my favorites, and so on. So the next day, we're going to let you sleep in a little bit, and maybe around 10 or 11 a.m., we're going to meet up and show you the highlights of Cusco, which are many. Cusco is a fantastic city, and this is why we were acclimating. We acclimated in the Sacred Valley for 2 nights. We acclimated in Machu Picchu for 1 night, and now we're at our highest. So we wanted to make sure you're feeling good and you can explore. Lots and lots of temples and different sites in Cusco itself. The main square is beautiful. And then, of course, Sacsayhuaman Fortress, which is right outside of Cusco, will take you there as well. Just magnificent, great history. And then tonight, because we're acclimated and feeling great and we're in this really lovely city, we're going to do a pisco sour workshop with a local chef who's a bartender. It's a lot of fun. We're running around the city, tasting our way, seeing the city after dark, and then, of course, tasting pisco sours, having some beautiful views, and coca tea as well. This picture here is not a pisco sour. That's a coca tea, which is really famous, a local remedy if you're having a little bit of a headache from the altitude. It really helps. It's like a local medicine. And then the next morning, we're going to go to Vinicunca, which I explained to you previously that Rainbow Mountain is really famous. And so we have Vinicunca and we have Palcayo, so we can choose. They're right next to each other, but Vinicunca is one big mountain and Palcayo is a valley of colorful mountains. So the picture here is Palcayo, and I think when we discussed it, we said we're going to go to Palcayo. So it's a full day kind of adventure. We leave early in the morning because unfortunately, Rainbow Mountain is no longer a secret and hundreds of people go every day, but they usually go by bus. What we do is we go privately and we go about an hour before the buses arrive. And that way you have peace and quiet in the valley. Even in Palcoyo, in case there's busloads coming, we get there way earlier so we can really enjoy this magnificent site that's been discovered in just the last 10 years when the snow started melting and the villagers kept talking about the colors in the mountains. It's a great story and the guide will tell you all about it. We'll have breakfast and lunch out there and we'll be back in Cusco probably by 4 or 5 p.m. and then have the evening, free. So you can go have dinner at the museum, dinner at Chicholina, which is a great restaurant, dinner in the main square. I have so many places for you to explore, or just sit in the square and people watch, which is my favorite sport. As we say goodbye to Cusco, on May 2nd, we're going to take you to a train station. It's about 10 minutes from your hotel, and we're going to ride the train to Lake Titicaca. I love this train ride. And when I tell people that it's an 8 hour train ride or 8 to 9 hour train ride, they get really nervous about it. But let me tell you, after waking up every day in Sacred Valley, in Machu Picchu, in Cusco, it is so wonderful to be on this luxury train. It has beautiful seats. It has leather carts where you can sit outside. If you see closely on this, this is all open and you can have fresh air. There's a beautiful lunch served on board. There's music. There's all kinds of entertainment. There's one stop where you get off and you go to a little village and market by the train station. So it is a great place to kind of reflect on everything you've seen, unwind after, take a nap in your chair because you've been going, going, going. It's a really nice break in the trip. And when you arrive, you're in Lake Titicaca and you're on the lake. We chose the Sonesta Posada, which is a great four-star hotel right on the lake, fresh, new, modern, refreshed, which is really big here because in Lake Titicaca, there's not a lot of options. So this one is a good one. We always use them for groups of friends. And so the point of coming to Lake Titicaca are the people that live on the lake. So there are Uros Islands where people live there, and then there's Taquila Island where people live there. Uros Islands are floating, they're man-made, they're completely unique. The people here don't speak Spanish, don't speak Quechua, they speak Aymara. So it's a whole new pre-Inca civilization. They live pretty much exactly how they have for generations. So it's very interesting because in Machu Picchu, it's kind of all about the history and what was. And here in Lake Titicaca, it's all about what is and how they're living today. And it's quite fascinating. And Taquila Island is another island. It's a proper island. And there, the men are the weavers and the women are the farmers, which is, again, a really interesting way of life. You will have lunch in the lake. We have a boat that will take you back and forth. And then another night in our hotel before May 4th, when we take you to the local airport in Lake Titicaca and fly to Lima so you can connect with your flight home. Depending on your flight home, if your flight home is at 11 p.m., then we have plenty of time to take an afternoon flight to Juliaca and we will visit the necropolis of Silustani, another amazing site. And then some people, they might have a morning flight, then we will fly you to Lima so you can connect and make it there in time. But these are the logistics we will take care of closer to departure. I will leave you here because I hope you have lots of questions for me, lots of excitement for this trip. I'm here to make sure that it fits your needs. If you need any details changed, tweaked, if we need to move the dates or change any of the hotels, if you want to have a wow moment, maybe upgrade a hotel in Cusco because you're going to be there for 3 nights, just let me know and we will tweak it. I'm so happy to help and happy travels.